up the mountain, to a place where I can sit my rocking chair. Rode my buddy up the mountain, and I'm never going back again, I swear. Most likely the sun.
Oh goodness, good morning. It's about 6 a.m. It's about 65 degrees here in Phoenix, Arizona. My first big hikes is the J&T since I just got my permit. Starting in Yosemite, I think it's time to start my training. Today I am going to do something a little crazy and a little weird. I'm going to summit Piestewa and Camelback in a single day, about a total of 12 miles. These are the two biggest peaks in the Phoenix metro area. Total ascent over 3,000 feet. There's a lot of people out here. I kind of like hiking when there's not a lot of people, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. Plus, honestly, I've never summited either one of these mountains, and that's pretty shameful for a Phoenix-based hiker. All right, let's go hiking. Okay, I have summited Piestewa, one of two today. It's gonna be about an hour. It's a little bit harder than I thought. There's a lot of steps. But I completed the first half of my urban Phoenix through hike. Get down the mountain, do a little bit of road walk into Camelback, some of that, then cheeseburgers.
Yeah, my friend would come over with her kid.
Beautiful sunrise on top of Piestewa with some coffee and a Pop-Tart.
Want some kids? Why not, right?
Okay, I'm about halfway down Piestewa. Probably, maybe not, maybe like a third. This trail is something else. For starters, there's no such thing as hiker etiquette up here. At first, I was really frustrated, but I realized that there really isn't an option, or you're never getting off the mountain. Traditionally, if you are hiking downhill, you stop and get out of the way of the person climbing uphill. You can't do that here, because then you'll never get off the mountain. Seriously, there's so many people. A lot of steps to the summit. It wasn't the worst mountain I ever climbed. In fact, it's not even in the top 10. But so many people. But it is challenging because there are so many people on the trail. So many people. And it's, you know, there's a lot of steps to the top. I had a near religious experience at the top of the mountain that I don't think I'm quite ready to talk about, but I will at some point in this video. It was probably the most beautiful thing I've ever seen out on trail. Yeah, I'll get to that at a later time, but right now I'm going to get back down to the parking lot and make my way towards Camelback. Alright, completed Piestewa. Took me an hour to get up, took me like an hour and a half to get down. For two reasons. I have to go slow because I got about 20 pounds of weight on my back. And I have to be careful with my right knee. So a lot of people pass me, which is fine. I do know this, because I'll never hike Piestewa Peak ever again. Not because it wasn't fun or it wasn't challenging or too hard or anything. It was just too many inexperienced hikers going up there like in Crocs, putting everyone else in danger. And I mean, part of it's my fault. I'm here on a Saturday, excuse me, in January in Phoenix, so it's the perfect time to summit. But Piestewa is actually back there behind that peak right there. So, time to start the second half of my hike to summit Camelback. First though, I think there's a Starbucks on my path. I'm gonna hit that up first.
Johnny boy, put your hat back on. Now you're out there on your own. Johnny boy, you got a one-way ticket to ride, going south to find a home. Yeah. Where hummingbirds are flying in the sky, dreams are coming true. A magic place where you can count the stars. Just lay down in the middle of the night, look up to the sky. Tennessee skyline. Johnny boy, you got your boots back on, kicking dust in a new direction.
This is the greatest discovery I've ever made. These walk-in tamales. I'm gonna get like 50 of them. God, they're good. Entering Paradise Valley. I wonder how long it's gonna take before I get a cop called on me for being homeless in the city. So I'm about a mile and a half from the Camelback trailhead. Sorry for all the cars, there's really nothing I can do about it. I'm walking along Lincoln, which is the main thoroughfare between Phoenix and Paradise Valley. So this morning, when I got to the top of Piestewa, it was nice and chilly, it was still dark out, so I was set up the camera, get some good shots of the sunrise. And I saw this rather large, sweaty man practically running up Piestewa with a drum and a backpack on. And I thought, well, I'm not the weirdest person out here, carrying 20 pounds of weight and planning on hiking all day to the two tallest mountains. So I figured I'd get some strange looks. Most people there were just day hikers, just out to enjoy the morning. Well, he shoos a bunch of people off at one point. There's like 3 points on Piestewa that you can camp at. So he got the easternmost point and he shooed everyone off. And he set up a little camera and it looked like he was talking to the camera. And I said, okay, I'm also not the weirdest one out here because I'm talking to myself to my camera. Well, all of a sudden, he starts playing a flute. And after the flute, he played his drum and he was singing probably the coolest thing I've ever seen. It was this native beat and this native song, and he was standing there on the top of the mountain as the sun rose, and it just kind of took my breath away. So I listened to him for about 15 minutes till the sun rose, and then started making my way back down the mountain. And it took me a while to really kind of process what I witnessed there. It was unreal. Like, you can just feel the mountain, you could feel the sun, you could feel everything. It was absolutely fantastic. It was amazing. And I'll never experience anything like that again. It was definitely the coolest thing I've ever seen at the top of a mountain. Oh, there we go. Made it to the Canyon Trailhead. I'm gonna sit here for a minute, kind of rest. Took me an hour to get here from the Starbucks, so about to start the second leg of my urban thru hike. We'll see which mountain is worse. I have a feeling that Piestewa was going to be a little bit worse than this. I don't see the double black diamond thing warning me how dangerous this hike is. But once I summit, I'm going to go down Choya, which is on the other side of Camelback, and hopefully I'll run into so many people on that side. We'll see. By far the busiest trail I think I've ever been on in my life. All right, onward. Uh-oh.
Yeah, let's get to that bench. Where is it bench? No, let's get out of the sun. Come on, Ella. Guys, I've been here for 2 minutes. Ella. Ella.
Alright, it's official. This trail is so much harder. Those rocks are slick.
pretty. No.
How were he out here?
Near the summit, and there's just a traffic jam here. Gonna wait a minute.
This is like a level 5. Yeah, 99 problems. I'm working at 1. She's trying to make it. She's trying to make it my problem too.
There it is. Summit Camelback. 2 peaks in a day. Piestewa to Camelback. Lord, I'm tired. Whew. Look at that view though. Okay, I'm done with the hardest part of the Piestewa Trail. It's the scramble. It's pretty brutal. My legs are shaky AF. But as you can see down there, the trail evens out, so I can whip out my trekking poles, take my time down. But the views are just stunning. Still a smog in Phoenix though. That makes me sad. Same with the people that have their speakers going. No one wants to listen to your disco music. It's just not cool. All right, onward. Did it! Phoenix Urban thru-hike. So in Piestewa, got to see the sunrise. Made it down to the Starbucks. Had a little dirty chai. Made my way through Paradise Valley, up Echo Canyon. Summited Camelback for my first time ever. Came down Piewesta. I will say that Piewesta is a better option, at least in my opinion. But there's so many people on that mountain, it doesn't really matter anymore because you're just going to have to go super slow anyway. But I am absolutely exhausted. I think it's been 14 miles, 3,300 foot ascent and descent. And I haven't hiked this hard since my last day on the JMT. I've got a lot of work to do. I'm exhausted physically, mentally, but I did it. Yeah. Woo. Now I'm headed towards the pickup point. It's probably about 1.5 miles from here. So Trig's gonna pick me up at this little church not too far. And I hope he brings a cheeseburger because I've been thinking about an ooey gooey tasty cheeseburger since I summited Piestewa like 12 hours ago. That's what it feels like. But I love you guys so much for coming along. See you next time.